Hey, Dustin, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Dennis? Thanks for
Good,
having me.
good. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to connect. It's you guys have been a long-term partner with us over the past several years, so it's really nice to that you and I get to connect because we really haven't had a chance to do that yet. So, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. So, tell us a little bit about creating the difference. What do you guys do? What is your mission statement for the company? And I know you guys have some products and some other cool stuff. Tell us just a little bit about the company.
So CTD, Creating the Difference, is an educational company based around growing bowling. Our end goal, if you interact with us, watch our videos on YouTube, our end goal is to help you become a better bowler, whether that be physically, mentally, or simply understanding, for example, surface. That's something we preach a lot about, is having a fresh surface on your ball, understanding what surface does. So CTD is an educational company based around helping bowlers out.
Yeah, and you guys do a really good job at that. And I can't wait to get to one of my later questions here because you guys acquired something that's pretty awesome that helps you in your mission. So,
Oh, yeah.
But I think a lot of folks know you guys for your products. And can you talk a little bit about that? And are there any particular favorites you have in your product line?
Yeah, so the company started out with a product called That Purple Stuff. The main advantage to that product, not only was it a good ball cleaner, but you could use it while you were bowling. So you could have a consistent, fresh reaction every single time. Our product line has since evolved. We still carry Purple Stuff, but we have a lot of different products. That Wow Factor ball cleaner is personally one of my favorites. True Cut sanding pads, which is an innovative line of sanding pads because they will cut a bowling ball at the grit that's written on the pad. In the past, there hasn't been a lot of consistency with other sanding pads. So we wanted to go out, create a sanding pad that you knew was going to be consistent and you knew was going to last a long time. We also have a product called True Cut Hand Applied Polish powered by Turtle Wax. Just like the name says, we partner with Turtle Wax to make that polish super easy to use. You can actually use it by hand to polish your bowling ball, which is something that hasn't been seen in the industry. So lots of different products. You can find those on ctdbowling.com. We also offer lots of educational services, which we will get into here in a second.
Yeah, awesome. Now we can buy those products online, like you said, but can you find them also in pro shops? Are those available in pro shops locally? And if so, do you have a list of folks that carry your products?
So we do have some pro shops that do carry our products. We have a website actually specifically for them to purchase our products at wholesale pricing. And if you are a pro shop, that website's proshoppricing.com. But we don't specifically have a list of pro shops that do carry our products. But if you are interested in trying to find out any pro shops that do, you can always email help@ctdbowling.com. And I would be happy to look into that space for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be nice to see a list for sure. So maybe that could be one of your next projects.
Sure.
I
Sure.
just added something to your list there. So talk to us a little bit about your staffing program. You guys have a pretty large staff nationwide, and tell us a little bit about how that works, and then what are some of the fun things you do with staffers? Because I heard you have some pretty cool stuff that you like to do.
Yeah. So my primary job is the staff coordinator. So what I do is I process all the staff applications, get people into the group. Now, a lot of people ask, what are the requirements for being a staffer? We don't have any requirements. The only thing we ask is you have a passion for bowling and that you're looking to become a better bowler. That's the only thing that we ask. We have a private Facebook group with over 3,600 staffers all around the world: Australia, Spain, Germany. Lots of bowlers that are looking to not only help grow bowling, but become a better bowler. But we, like Dennis said, we do offer opportunities for our staff to have exclusive sort of opportunities to not only become a better bowler, but also have a chance to win some money. We do this thing called a CTD challenge match, where our staffers can enter into a drawing, and if they happen to win, they can come to the CTD Education Center in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. They can bowl myself or CEO Ronald Hickland for a chance to win $500. So that's sort of another opportunity that you don't really see anywhere else, having the opportunity to bowl for money. I know there's a lot of challenge match sort of groups on Facebook that I see quite a bit, but this is an opportunity only for our staff to have the opportunity to win some money. We do have USBC certified coaches in our group as well that can be used for free. So people will post a video in the group and then ask, hey, I need some advice on my physical game. And the USBC certified coaches are the only ones that can respond to those questions. So you can make sure that you are getting an accurate response to your question.
Wow, sounds like you guys are pretty well organized, and it sounds like it's a great team building thing you do with the drawings and the tournaments. So.
Oh yeah, so we've done, I think, 11 matches so far, and those have been probably one of my favorite things that we've done in the last year. We introduced those at the end of last year, done 11 of them, like I said. So being able to meet our staffers face to face, understand where they're coming from, what they do for a living, having a chance to talk about what they do back home. That's an awesome connection to have that we might not get just chatting on Facebook.
Yeah, what a great network to have to really kind of feed information into the company, so you guys know how to better provide services to the folks out there. So if they're all over the world, I mean, you've got to be getting some really great information on how to make the industry better. So
no doubt.
That's pretty exciting. Now, I don't know how many people know this, but you were on Team USA, right? So bowling against you has got to be a pretty good treat against with some of these staffers, I would think. I bet they're puffing up their chest when they get up on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I haven't lost a match yet. But
that's exciting. Well, we'll have to throw down one of these times. So I'm sure you will smoke me. So, so you touched on it just briefly, but you guys have just recently acquired the old Ebonite Center there in Kentucky. Is that right?
Yeah. So when Ebonite closed down in 2019, they had to, of course, liquidate all of their assets. And one of them was the old Ebonite Training Center. And I believe it was May of last year, so we're almost coming up on a year for that. We were able to acquire that building, did a bunch of renovations on it, put some cool technology in there. We have Specto, clutch bowling. So we offer services for really any bowler to come in and become a better bowler. We call it the Education Center because we want you to come learn as opposed to come train. That's why it's not called a training center, it's called an Education Center. So we've been working really hard on that building. We want to make it as cool and as beneficial as possible. So if you come in, you are leaving with not only stuff to help you become a better bowler, but just an overall cool experience that you're going to want to come back to.
That's awesome. Hopefully you have a hotel attached to it, because I'll probably need to come down there and stay a couple weeks.
Yeah, we have actually within 5 minutes of the Education Center, there are a bunch of hotels. Like there has to be probably 5 or 6 within 5 minutes. So right. It's really close, so you don't have to worry about driving 20 minutes to get there every morning. So it's helpful to have all those there.
Yeah, Ron was sharing with me last August, I think it was. He was showing me some pictures of the clutch system and stuff and what it can do, and that's pretty important. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
I can't wait to get down there and see it myself.
Yeah, I've told a lot of people, like my first time using Specto, and that includes clutch as well. Man, I thought I was a good bowler. Thought I was hitting my mark every single time, and I look at the data, and it says, no, you're not. So those tools are super helpful for understanding what you need to work on. Throw a shot, all right, that was a board left. or this shot, oh, I threw that really good. The lines are on top of each other. So understanding those things and thinking in your head, okay, I threw this one this way and this one this way. What did I do wrong? So those tools are super helpful, and we make sure that if you come to the education center, we make sure that you have access to that technology so you can see it firsthand, things that you might need to work on.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, I coach high school as well, and it's interesting when you ask the bowler, what board did you think you just hit? And say, oh, I hit the 10 board. No, you were more like 14 or 15 and things of that nature. So, yeah, so it's that sounds like a great tool to start training your eye to really what's happening with your balling on the lanes. So,
oh yeah,
I can't wait to get down there.
Awesome. We look forward to having you.
Well, we'll be coming that way not too long. So tell everybody where they can find your products, how can they get involved with the Learning Center, and anything else I may have missed.
Yeah, so to find anything about us, ctdbowling.com is the place to go. You can find our products there. We also write blogs. So there's a bunch of blogs on the website. For example, we have a blog on understanding servicing bowling balls, understanding polishing bowling balls. We write a blog about each new product that we put out, so you can have all the information you need there. But yeah, all the products are available on ctdbowling.com. For the Education Center, you can go to ctdeducationcenter.com. That website will have a calendar that you can book a reservation on, and that will come to us, and then we will get in contact with you to make sure that you are ready for your visit. We understand that what type of bowler you are, so we have all the tools ready for when you get there to have for you to have the best experience possible.
Well, it sounds like it's well organized, and like I said, I can't wait to get down there myself. So, now, what media platforms do you guys use? Obviously you're on Facebook, YouTube. What other media, social media, do you guys have?
So we have YouTube, which the YouTube name is Ronald Hicklin Jr. Instagram, CTD Bowling. That's the handle for that. We also do have a Snapchat, CTD Bowl. And then, like I said, the Facebook page, which is just creating the difference. So we're across a lot of different platforms. If you're looking to follow maybe one or two of them, the place to go is the YouTube channel, because that's where we post all the educational videos, and those are free for anyone to watch. And then the Facebook page for any other updates that might be happening in the world of CTD. Nice.
Well, excellent. Well, thanks so much for sharing all that. And I shouldn't, before we wrap up here, I guess, with my questioning for you, you guys are going to be up in Toledo with us come here this coming weekend, right?
Yeah. So we're super excited for that. Me personally, having been a collegiate bowler, I understand that the communication with coaches is super important, building that connection. And then also from a bowler standpoint, being able to show your skills off what you can do in that area. So I want to ask you, give us a little explanation of the event itself. What can the bowlers expect? How long is the day? Because I know some bowlers don't like to have long days, but in college bowling, there's a lot of long days.
There's a lot of long days. Yeah, absolutely.
Let us know the schedule for that event itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So the event this weekend is a showcase event. So that is a recruiting focused event. So we have multiple types of events that we put on. One is a showcase event, which is heavily on the recruiting side. That's this weekend. We have standard, kind of a typical tournament where it's more focused on tournaments and awarding scholarships. And then we have online events where we do a lot of education on the recruiting process and getting to know college coaches. And then we do bowling clinics. So we do 4 types of things at all of our events. There's always multiple college coaches present. And this weekend's event in particular is a showcase event. We've got 30 colleges from 11 states coming. We have bowlers from 13 states. We got North Dakota and Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee. So it's almost like a mini junior gold, so to speak, just with the variety of bowlers that will be attending. So that's going to be pretty exciting for the bowlers. They'll get to maybe meet some new friends that they haven't met before, and then coaches just really seeing some talent that they haven't, maybe hadn't had an opportunity to see before just because of location. But I always get excited about with the showcase event in particular is that everybody that comes to that event really wants to bowl at the college level. So now at a typical tournament, when there's advertised, oh yeah, coach is going to be at the tournament. From a coach's perspective, that's almost like trying to pick a needle out of a haystack. Mm-hmm. And it's just really hard to have a good conversation and really connect with the bowler or the parent at a tournament. It can be done. It's been done for years that way. But on these showcase events, we kind of flip it all around, and we just really have found a way that simplifies the recruiting process. And really, it's broken into two parts for this event. And this is a 2-day event. The first day is boys, the second day is girls. So it's the 24th and 5th of April. And each day is broken out where it's like a college fair environment, a meet and greet session, and where the bowlers and parents can meet one-on-one and really have a chance to connect. Mm-hmm. And that's where the magic starts to happen. And then the second part of the event is a skills demonstration. And we label a skills demonstration because that's really what we're demonstrating for the coaches. And the way we do that was we do it in a tournament format. So everybody's used to tournaments. Parents love seeing their kids compete in a tournament. So we put on a tournament, and we call it a tournament, but really it's really an evaluation session for the coaches. And when the bowler's up on the lanes bowling, the parents and the coaches are chit-chatting in the back and really kind of starting to connect. And we helped probably thousands of bowlers get connected. We've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. Wow. It just makes sense, and it surprises me that we haven't done this more often earlier. But it's successful. It's fun. We'll give out some scholarships. You guys will be there giving away some stuff with us. We have Jopo Grips that is going to be joining us as one of our sponsors as well. They'll be giving away some fun stuff as well. They're coming up with some new products, so that'll be pretty exciting for everybody that's coming. Let's see here. What else? That's what's going on. And check-in starts about 8:00. And we'll be done by 3. So it's somewhat of a long day, but the way we have it broken up and then the prizes and stuff we give out throughout the day, it really is fun, and it'll fly by. It'll fly by. It's almost not enough time to interact with the coaches because, you're talking 30 coaches from 11 states, and to talk to each one of them, you could always use more time. So they're going to be there during the day. They're going to be there after the tournament portion of the event. So the bowlers have a chance to then follow back up and maybe have some more conversation. And then something we're doing this year that we've not done before for a showcase event in particular is have a bowling clinic. So on Saturday night, we are having a 2-hour bowling clinic. And this is from 6 to 8, which is pretty fun. Now, like I said before, we do clinics, but typically they're 1-day clinics. And you get paired up, and all of our clinics are always taught by college coaches. So usually, our standing one has been a 1-day, full-day interactive session with college coaches. We talk about college coaching and bowling and what they expect and all that stuff. Here, we're kind of creating a mini clinic so that all the bowlers that are traveling in from out of town and want to participate can really just spend more time with coaches and kind of sample. This is a great activity because you can really sample the coaching styles of different coaches. So they'll come in, they'll randomly get selected and assigned to a coach. That may be a coach that they're familiar with, may not be. And the first hour just be getting to know them, and then it's not to change their game, but to give them a little bit of insight on how coaches think and what are some of the strategies. It gives them a time to really kind of talk shop, so to speak.
Sure.
So that's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see how that one turns out. And then, I mean, we've always had great success in the past with them, but to have this mini clinic in there, I think it'll bring a lot of value. And then the second half of that clinic, the last hour, the bowlers can then just kind of float around to the different colleges, coaches that they may be more interested in, maybe due to location or the type of school it is or whatever. And they can sample, some more coaching style from somebody else. So it's a really nice way to just preview get a preview of a college coach, so to speak, and what they expect, and a chance to really just talk shop.
Yeah, I think it's awesome comparing your event to like a junior gold seminar, the Collegiate Expo. I think it's awesome that your event is more of a one-on-one interaction with the coaches. I've experienced the Collegiate Expo. It's kind of a get in and get out kind of thing, but I really like how your event is, hey, let's chat with one another. Let's get to know each other a little bit, and then let me watch you on the lanes, see your game. In regards to the clinic, now, can any of the bowlers do that are participating in the event, and is there a cost to that?
Yeah, it's $25 for the clinic, and you have to participate in the overall event. It's not a standalone piece. And the reason why we say that is that, or why we've done it this way, is because this is a recruiting event. So this is all part about just getting more time with those coaches. And, so it's just kind of just an extra thing we're doing. We're trying it out. Maybe it'll change in future years here, or future events. But currently it's for those that are registered for the showcase event.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, having that one-on-one time with really any coach is super beneficial.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, and just to add color to that, this is recruiting really happens at the relationship level. So, and I think I may have mentioned that before, but I cannot overemphasize how valuable that really is, because if you think about it, you want to be at the top of the coach's mind when it's time for that coach to start adding to their roster, right? So, and it all starts with the relationship. So as soon as you think you want to maybe bowl in college, whether you're a 7th and 8th grader, whether you're a 5th grader, whether you're a 12th grader, wherever you're at in that spectrum, start right now. Your goal is to start right now. You cannot get back time. And so the value is start now, start digging in and trying to find out ways to connect with college coaches. And it's a simple email. It's going to their website, filling out the recruiting piece. It's coming to a recruiting event like we hold. It's talking to your high school coaches. But wherever you are, start now, because you want to build that relationship. And relationships just don't happen like overnight. It takes time, and you got to be memorable. And the best way to be memorable is to build that relationship with the coach.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, staying ahead of the game, especially not only from a recruiting standpoint, but just a college standpoint in general, not rushing it, just keeping your options open, keeping those connections consistent. Well, just reach out and just say hello or whatever it might be. That's super important.
Well, and there's a lot to be said for, the lack of stress, right? Yeah. I mean, the more time you have to study for something, or the more time you have to try to achieve your goal, the less stressed you are.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? You come off a lot more confident. You feel more confident about the decisions you make. One of the things I love about the meet and greet portion of our event is, and we encourage everybody to talk to every single coach, even if there's a coach from Iowa or New Mexico or Arizona or whatever, and that you have no desire to go that direction. Go talk to them anyway, learn about the bowling program, and then you'll begin to see the similarities and differences between the program. So maybe a coach in New Mexico says, we do this, and you would talk to almost all the other colleges, and none of them said they do that. So now you can say, I really like that idea. I wonder if anybody else does. And you go as a bowler or a parent, you go back to those coaches that you kind of probably gravitate towards because of the program and the location, and then ask them and challenge them if they do, what this school in New Mexico does, for instance. Yeah. So, you really get to kind of just think, you get to sample and get to learn about 30 different colleges at this event in one venue. You don't have to travel. You don't have to spend an hour on a phone call here and an hour on a phone call there. So it really saves you a lot of time and money. But the bigger value is you really put a face with a name, and you really get to formulate your approach to where you want to go to school, and gives you time. So yeah, so I just get excited about it, as you can tell.
Yeah, it's like, it's a really good networking opportunity as well. Like, if you can connect with these coaches, there might be a coach that you might necessarily not want to go to the school, just distance, whatever it might be. But if you have another school that you're really interested in, those two coaches, they might be connected in some way. So if your name is brought up somehow, it's like, oh yeah, that kid was super nice, has a good game, might want to look into him.
Yeah, you hit a secret sauce formula there. Another reason why you want to talk to as many coaches as you can. The college bowling coaches world is a very small space.
Yeah.
You guys are, coaches see each other every tournament, not every tournament, but often. And they're often friends, they're out playing golf, or they're, just have been in the business for so long, coaching, that they have a lot of good friends. And they, one thing that's been really consistent, we've been posting videos on our Facebook page where we've been interviewing coaches, and something that's been very consistent in those interviews has been, if you're not a good fit for us, we get it, and that's okay, because we're recruiting for 4 years. We want to help you find the right spot. So if that means you're going to that school in New Mexico, or you're going somewhere else, they'll help you get in contact with the right folks. And if you just really connected with them personally, and the college wasn't the right fit, they'll often give you some tips and tricks to when interacting with other colleges that may give you a leg up on the competition.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, having just a connection. It doesn't have to be a personal connection. It just can be chatting with somebody for a couple minutes, just to getting to know them. That can really go a long way in terms of the recruiting process, especially with college coaches. I know how that works. I coached Purdue for a year, and the coaches, they're around each other all the time. So they have a relationship where they might start talking about recruiting and people they're looking at. So understanding networking in that environment is going to be super crucial to just building relationships in the long run.
Yeah, and just to add to that as well, you've got the college networking, but don't forget about, hopefully the bowlers don't forget about their local networking. That's their high school coaches, that's the leagues that they're participating in, that's their parents. And what we try to teach is create an advocate group around you. Find some folks that you can share your vision with. So if I'm a high school bowler and I want to bowl in college, recruiting one starts with me. It always starts with me. None of the coaches will know that I exist, or I'm not even interested, until I start telling people, right? So it all starts here. And then, so you want to create an advocate group around you that your high school coach knows that you want to bowl, your parents want to know that you want to bowl in college. And now all of a sudden, guess what? You got a bunch of feelers out there, and they may be somewhere at some event and say, oh, my daughter wants to bowl, or my son wants to bowl, or I got a high school bowler that really is interested in being in this part of the country and bowling. So you never know where your connections come from, but start locally, start with yourself, and remember, it's always in the bowler and parents arena first, until they really get connected with a coach that then picks up that ball. But recruiting always starts with yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. Before we wrap up here, I just want to thank you for the opportunity, for not only myself, but the CTD partnering with you guys to help grow youth bowling as well as college bowling. Is super important to me, just having been a collegiate bowler, as well as CTD in general, just our whole mission statement of growing bowling. So we really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for connecting with me and being a partner with us. You guys have always had such a great response at our events, and we love what you guys do as far as educating the next generation of bowlers. Because what we're seeing from our side is we're seeing a lot of growth in the industry, in youth bowling in particular, and it seems like more and more states are incorporating high school bowling in particular. So I think it's on the rise, and I think we're in the right spot to help that next generation. And I'm so glad that we were able to team up.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Where can people find you? Where can they learn more about the event as well as possibly future events?
Yeah, so our two main resources is our website, which is recruitus.net. That's recruitus.net. So that's a great resource. We'll post updated events there. Currently, we just have one listed. That's this Toledo event, but right after the event, we'll be posting more. And then our Facebook page, that's really a great way to get instant updates. We spend a lot of energy there, and we'll do Instagram too, but that's less. It's just tied to some of our Facebook activities. We're trying not to give too many people too many places to go find us. We just, we want to keep it simple so that the communication can stay clear and open. And those are the two locations that we do. And then we also have a newsletter that we'll issue out. We don't make it a junk mail. We try to keep it meaningful, and it's not overbearing. Like you get an email like every hour, every day kind of thing. We try to do something about once a week. So we're just getting that one off the ground and going. But so those are the two locations to see us, and just look up Recruit Us, and that'd be an excellent resource. And then I guess there's one other thing I'd like to add. For bowlers that want to kind of get instant feedback on their game and interest from college, post your videos on Facebook at College Bowling Recruits. That is an excellent and I would say probably less than a minute after it's being posted, you will get feedback from college coaches saying, hey, I really like what you're doing. Can you reach out to me? You may even get a direct email. You'll get instant feedback there. So we help oversee that site. We didn't initially start it, but we were asked to kind of help manage that site. So we send all of our youth bowlers to that location, and that is being watched by hundreds of college coaches. So that's a great place to right out of the gate to get some recognition.
That's awesome. Taking advantage of a resource that most people use. So that's awesome. Yep. All right, Dennis. Well, thanks again. We look forward to seeing you at the event. And hopefully we can have another one of these chats here soon.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait.